Welcome everyone to the Squeegee podcast. I'm so happy to have everybody with us here, and especially to have our guest, Doug App. How you doing, Mr. Doug?
I'm doing great, Gabe. Thanks for asking, my friend.
Hey, man, I'm so glad to have you on. You're someone that I've admired a lot in the industry. Pretty much when I first started kind of getting involved with the IWCA and kind of getting to know people around the industry, your name kept popping up, and I didn't know really. I hadn't had a chance to meet you yet, and I really didn't know about Jay Racenstein. But everyone, like, I would ask questions that were of a technical nature, and like, oh, you got to talk to Doug. You gotta get in touch with Doug. And I did end up getting to use your help on my enclosed trailer that I have my water fed stuff in. You were really helpful in helping me to get my reel set up, and that worked out really nice. So I really appreciate you but that's something that you've always been. You've always been really helpful to everybody, and I appreciate. Go ahead.
That's what we do. That's the difference between us and a lot of other people. You call and you can order from anybody. But when you need advice or you need suggestions or what piece of equipment would work better for this, we're trying to fit you into what you really, really need, not what you think you want, right? And then we're here to help solve problems and help fix your problems so you can get back on the way,
Yeah.
It's not an easy job cleaning windows. It isn't. Everybody thinks, oh, it's window clean. How hard can it be? I'm like, come on now. How long have you done it? It's skill. And then you've got to have the right equipment to do certain jobs,
equipment. Yep, absolutely. And that's what you did with me, because I was having some trouble to set up the trailer, and I had to order 2 Cox reels for you, and you took the time to I guess most salesmen would just say, hey, here's some reels, buy them, you're gonna love them. But you really helped me kind of organize my trailer where I could set it up where it would actually work. And then some other people also chimed in. Jeremiah Hickey, he helped me out. Kevin Hargis, he helped me out. Nando Medina as well. And then finally I got it to where it's at now, and I love my trailer. I absolutely love it. It's such a powerful tool when I have to do big buildings. It's just set up just perfect. So
nice,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good industry. You have to love the industry you're in. You just have to. I mean, there's so many good guys in it, and you make friends for like a lifetime. It's been instrumental in my travel to go actually just visit people or go on vacation with a window cleaner, right? That I met, 15 years ago and became great friends. So we go to Alaska together. It was just like, really? Window cleaning, huh? That's how you know each other. Well, yeah.
No, it's so true. And Steve Blythe, who's the CEO, Jay Racenstein, he's the same way too. I remember, I think it was in Vegas. I was hanging out at your booth, just chatting with you guys, and I happened to mention, man, I got to find a way to get to Walmart. I'm gonna have to Uber or something. And Steve's like, no, you don't. I'll take you. And I didn't really know Steve very well. He drove me to Walmart. He took me over there and ran some errands, and we chatted the whole time. He was just so down to earth and friendly, and I thanked him profusely. And he was just like, oh, don't worry about it, man. I got you, And that was really cool. I appreciate that.
Great guy. My humble opinion, he's the most underrated person in our industry, period. Yeah, that man is just impeccable.
Yeah, he doesn't bring a lot of attention to himself, but he does a lot of things. He really does a lot for the industry, and appreciate that for sure. Well, Doug, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you get into the cleaning industry? And I know you're very varied in all the different avenues that you're knowledgeable in. So how did you decide to make this your career?
Well, I got into it. I owned a bunch of restaurants, Sonic drive-ins.
Oh, no kidding.
And then my partner decided to sell. So we sold out. I need to find something to do. And, I've cleaned windows before and done a little pressure washing. So I said, I started my own business. And that was 37 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I got into soft washing. Long time ago. I mean, it was a pump-up sprayer with just your house bleach in it. Garden hose in it. After, of course, I cleaned windows, and I noticed underneath the windows when I wiped it, there was dirt. I'm like, well, maybe I can ask her to clean the house. And back then, you just took your pressure washer on and tried to destroy everything, And then it became an easier way after you read it, how to kill organics and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, soft washing was born a long, long, long time ago. We just embraced it at early time. But I've always been
Yeah.
passionate about window cleaning. So I got a little tired of doing that. I put it on pause for a while. I was talking to some guys at Fish Window Cleaning, so they hired me in. So I went to work for Fish Window Cleaning, the largest window cleaning company in the world at the time. I
Yeah.
became the regional manager for all the franchises, and then I did that for 10 years and parted ways with them and went to work with Jay Racenstein, which was definitely a different bird.
Yeah.
Because when you come out, and me, I thought I knew everything. I knew what the best equipment was. I knew
Yeah.
everything, but I didn't know crap. Because I like a Tory doesn't mean you do. You might like Unger, and that's what your
Right.
brand of preference is. And I try to change everybody. Oh, no, 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 no. You've got it. So it took me a while to catch on to that. And then
Yeah.
after I did, it was just, give the customer exactly what they want.
Right.
So that became mainstream and growing in the industry, getting to go around and visit other people and seeing how they're doing things and learning all the different chemicals out there, what stains they work on, working close with Craig Harrison on F9 and became an instructor for him. So I knew that band of all those chemicals and everything we were using in the field, you have to know. So people call up, hey, how do you get this stain up? And you'll give them a reference. You try this product. This is how you do it, whether it's F9 or Pro Tool brand,
Right.
It doesn't matter. But people they'll call in just for advice so we can save them a couple hours. And that's really
Nice.
what it is.
Yeah, very cool. So let's talk a little bit about your time with Fish. What did you do with Fish? What was your role?
I traveled around and did a bunch of grand openings. I was on the road every other week, flying from city. I'd spend a week with them to get them trained on their computer systems and how to actually clean windows. And we go out bidding jobs so they knew the whole process, right? And then phone calls with them, keeping them focused. But then you got to remember, I had 50 other franchises I had to take care of in the same brand. So I'm used to being on the phone a lot. I mean, that's kind of what I did with Fish. I like the communication. I like being able to help. That's the key thing. And then you learn all those different processes by just continually to do and, motor memory.
So you went and kind of helped set things up. What did you learn during that time? What are some of the takeaways? Because obviously you came in as an experienced window cleaner, but what did you learn trying to help people? I imagine not all the franchise owners were window cleaners or were knowledgeable about that. So what were kind of takeaways you had when you came into brand new franchise, set up in a new area, new territory? What were some things that you had to do?
Well, I came from like the blue collar world because I owned restaurants. So it was taking people that came from, the career world. They cashed out their pension. They had to have something to do, or they got downsized or whatever. They had oodles of money, but had no blue collar experience.
Right.
That was where I could come in and help them understand really how that mind ticks and how you need to help and infiltrate them, to get them to work for you and to keep them on staff. It's the hardest thing to keep people engaged and keep them on staff. It's not a paycheck they're working for. Well, I take that back. Everybody wants money, but they want to work for somebody where they can see that they're going somewhere.
Yes. Very true. Yeah. I did notice that. Well, I haven't done a whole lot of trainings. I've probably got about 6 or 7 under my belt right now. But what I have noticed is that because some of them have been franchise owners, that's a hard adjustment for them. And it's not that they're not hard workers, because they're absolutely hard workers. But it is a different mindset when you're going from behind the desk to actually cleaning windows and in the field. I had one guy who called me up. We never did schedule a training, but he had started a business. It's probably been about 5 years, and he had one guy who was a window cleaner, so he relied on him to do all the window cleaning, and then he left. So now here's a guy who he'd done some windows, but he wasn't a window cleaner, and he was wanting me to come. He goes, "Come down here and train me, and then I'll train the guys I hire. And I was like, well, look, I can absolutely do that if that's what you want to do. You pay me, I'll do whatever you want to do. I said, but it would be better if you had someone hired so I could train both of you guys at the same time, because you're not going to be able to teach them how I teach them. I've got 26 years under my belt of doing this. You've got a few months. It's going to be really hard for you to teach someone else that. But if you can learn together, then you can be supportive with one another as you as you get better at it.
And they can grow. The key thing I would not go out and train their cleaners without them. Mm-hmm. Because they have to know how to train, period. I can only be there for so long. And it was so key that I won't train. Even when if I go to a big organization, I want the owner there, the ops manager. So during my training, they know exactly what I'm doing and what I'm telling their people. So they can follow suit, on that process, whatever it may be.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And that's, that's the thing is it's your learning is constantly evolving. So it's one of those things where it's going to take you time to get comfortable with how you decide to clean windows, what you eventually evolve into, and what suits your mechanics best. But ultimately, Squeegee U's goal is teach you the fundamentals, teach you the fundamental parts of it. Then you can evolve knowing you've got your foundation is set, then you've got something you can build on, and then you can kind of change things up, because I always tell people there's no wrong way to clean windows unless you're doing bad quality. But there absolutely is more efficient and smoother ways, where you can get, I always tell people, if you can't get into a groove, if you can't feel a flow when you're working, you're not doing it right. You're making things way harder for you. There should be a flow to your movements as you're cleaning. Everything should be nice and slick and moving back and forth. And then you finish off and you go on to the next one. If you're struggling, if your rubber's rubbing, or you're hitting the edge, or you're cleaning the same spot over and over again 3 or 4 times before you get to the bottom, you're making life harder for you. So that's what I try to help teach. So
it is. It's all very cool. Memory.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. What is your response? Because a lot of times in the forums, fish has a bad reputation, and they say, "Oh, fish is this and fish is that," and a lot of people get upset about, they're a franchise. They come in and low bid everybody. And I'm always, not that I stand up for fish necessarily, but I always say, look, every fish franchise is different. It's got a different owner, different manager, different employees. And there's going to be a varied in quality between each one, but franchise model itself isn't bad. So what is your response when you hear that kind of a talk?
Well, I got to look at them. They probably are the number one
fish in particular, but franchise.
Yeah. Number one looking franchise to me in the industry, period. Mm-hmm. They have top-notch training. They have procedures to go through. They're taught really well. And it's all up to the owners. There's owners out there of other companies you don't like. I mean, there's some owners that I like and some I don't like. That it depends. But fish is very solid. And you look at what they do, because I don't know how much they're up to now. But when I was with them, it was, clear over $50 million a year in window cleaning.
Jeez.
And they're doing commercial. Right.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh, I want to go do residential," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you're going to starve during the wintertime, right? Especially in the cold climate. You got to have some commercial." And they brought all that to light. And they have franchises out there doing $10 million. So I can't say they branched out and they're willing to look at different things. And I think headquarters has a good grasp on what's going on for them. So I have no bad feelings with fish, and I couldn't say enough good things about it. They started the marketing deal. Who else wrapped their vans? They were the first by far. Mm-hmm. And they came up with a real easy logo, Fish Window Cleaning. Who would have thought about it, right?
Right.
But it's memorable, and it catches
the red color. I mean,
I was in charge of all the equipment, so that's why I got to know Racenstein. Had to have red buckets, red bucket on the belts. We had to have red poles, Unger-made red poles for fish window cleaning. Okay.
Wow.
Red T-bars from Pulex. Everything was red. right? And it was J Racing. It stocked all those red items for fish window clean. That's how I got to know Steve Blythe really well. Steve
Got it.
and Mike Draper, actually, too.
Yes. Yeah. Mike was with them at that time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here at Fish, did Steve try and poach you, or were you like looking to kind of make a change?
No, he would not. When I left Fish, he wouldn't hire me. He says you got to have 2 years separation. I know I'm not. He's not that guy. He wouldn't poach anybody. Nice. So I went and worked for another company in our industry and learned how to do floors, wax and polish, and do all the floors. I was actually a operations manager for him, so I got to know that side of the trade, which I'm not interested in, janitorial, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
And help them sell jobs. So I did that for 2 years, and then after that, Steve called me up and actually hired me. So
nice.
We had to have 2 degrees of separation, is what he calls it.
Got it. That's fair. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Great guy. He wouldn't poach anybody. He's just
yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your adjustment now going to becoming a vendor rather than in the office or cleaning windows yourself?
It was a different thing. I got to go out in the field a lot. I went to go visit a lot of our customers. I made travel plans. I'd fly to New Jersey. I do my training classes at J Racing University. We do window cleaning, soft washing, pressure washing, you name it. We had people come in and teach some of the classes just to build up that rapport that we did know what was going on. And then we did a certificate of completion, for these gentlemen or ladies. We had a lot of women go through the class too, because I think it's my face or something. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But I got to train an awful lot of people in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's it's been a good thing for the industry, I believe,
Nice.
And we're going to continue. We'll continue the training process and see what else we can bring to the table. But I just like training people, and being with Racenstein. Steve gave me the ability to travel. So I'd fly to New Jersey and buy a vehicle, right? And then I would travel Washington and Virginia and see a lot of window cleaners, and just travel all the way back to St. Louis, going through Ohio and stopping, visiting people, and saw the big cities and stopping and seeing people, and just building that relationship.
Yeah.
Like I tell people that buy from me, why you're helping out so much, and I said, I don't want you for a one time. I want you for a lifetime. So if you trust me now, you're going to trust me tomorrow.
Right.
So that's kind of how I want to build that relationship. But everybody, when you're in the office, you see things they don't see.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what you can pick up on, going, hey, if you thought about trying this, on whatever it may be, and just throwing that out there. And sometimes they're like, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, just shut up. I know what I'm doing, which is okay too.
Yeah. So what are some things that you've seen change, like just in the industry itself? We've gone through so much from, even the 80s and 90s to the 2000s, 2010s. What are some of the big adjustments that the industry has had to make that you've kind of been witness to as it's gone?
Well, nothing really to do with equipment. We're making a lot more water than we used to be able to for RODI. Drones are coming into it. Mm-hmm. Water fed pole is a water fed pole. It really, technology, they've got lighter. That's really just about it.
Mm-hmm.
The brushes are still the same, horsehair, nylon. They've improved a little bit, but it's still about your technique, your agitation, and your rinse, right? It isn't about the equipment. Nothing I've seen in these, last 10 years has really been revolutionary to changing people's lives. The soaps are the soaps, although there's a new soap every other day. I don't know how people keep up with it, But I haven't seen anything that way. The biggest thing I see is the marketing pieces um, that people are doing is a lot more interesting than it used to be. We didn't
Mm.
used to do a lot of marketing for window cleaning. There wasn't a
Hmm.
lot to do. Google, right? Google, and then throw something out on social media, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
But they people have broadened that horizon. You've
Hmm.
got all kinds of bid sources and groups that you can join that'll help you process your bids and help you out in the office.
Yeah.
And then I see now people are more willing to hire an admin to take that hat off their head.
Yes.
It's,
That was a good day when I did that, man. The
yeah.
first time I had an office, an office manager, I was
It's
so
hard to be the
happy.
good guy and the bad guy. Hey, I love cleaning the
Yeah.
house, but you owe me money. And
Yeah.
that's tough. It's a tough position. But I
Yeah.
see that they're more willing to invest in
Yeah.
themselves, knowing that they're better at something else. And they finally
Hmm.
see that I should be out selling. I'm the best salesperson I have. You
Hmm.
know, I don't have to collect the money or answer the damn phone. Let me go do what I want to do.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's, I think people are grasping at that better, and they seem like they're getting off the truck a little quicker than they used to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I think the way people find window cleaners is a lot different as well. I remember um, back in the day, you had to have a spot in the yellow, or the if you could afford the yellow pages, you'd get the yellow pages, but at least you'd be in the business listing, and have your name. I remember I paid like $40 a month to have my name bolded in the listing, and that's how people found you. But now it's like you first it was like SEO, that was the big thing, right? You had to have a website and you had to have right SEO, and then it just shifted more to Google and your Google My Business page or whatever it's
right?
business profile now. And now it's AI. Right now, it's people are asking Alexa, and they're asking, all the different AIs that are out there. Who's a good window cleaner to call? So you have to make sure your name's in that mix. It's just that's I think the hardest thing is keeping up with that. Sometimes, I know
It is.
I've
It can be overwhelming. Thank God for the admin. You're right. That's part of her
yes,
job, his job,
yeah,
her job, whatever.
yeah,
Somebody has to be in control of it because you can't. You've got to focus on your business if you're going to grow it.
100%, 100%. And it's like I see it. The moment, and I got other things going on with the IWCA and with Squeegee U. But if I stay too long away from focusing on Gabe Spotless, you see it suffer. It's like you have to at least be aware of what's happening and making sure things are going according to the way they're supposed to be going. If you have the best workers and the best office, they still need guidance, and they still need reminders to stick with the processes that you've expected them to go. So it's definitely a balancing act to making sure you're giving the appropriate amount of energy and attention to your business while you're doing other things as well. Yeah, 100%.
It's key. It is key. You got to inspect what you expect. Basically old school stuff.
Yeah. Now you had mentioned earlier about helping people and training people, and I mentioned at the beginning of our interview about how you helped me. Tell us a little bit about some of that extra work, because I don't think a lot of people appreciate that. When you order from Jay Racenstein, you are getting the equipment, but you're also getting guidance. So can you tell a little bit about your kind of the joy you have in helping people with that? Because I've heard that from more than one person. I mean, say that you help them and they could tell you enjoyed that part of it.
Well, it's all about helping people grow. I mean, I've always been a giver, always will be. Whether it's advice or proper equipment, if you will. But when you buy something from Jay Racenstein, even if you don't buy it from Jay Racenstein and you're having issues, call us up. We can fix 90% of everything over the phone. We have been doing this forever. You got Jenny in California who's been with Racenstein forever, and she's just the smartest woman in the industry. And I shouldn't put her in a category with just women. She's one of the smartest people in our industry for repairing anything. And then We've got a good support staff in New Jersey with Jill being able to answer calls and help people solve problems with their water fed pull system, and it doesn't even have to be our cart. It could be somebody else's cart. We've done plenty of stuff like that just to keep you going. We care about making you successful. The more you are successful, the more we'll be successful. So everybody seems to have that helping hand mentality, which is outstanding. It's a big pleasure when you help somebody out. Thanks, man, I'm rocking now. And you're like, cool. Get after it.
And how's Kyle's role? What's he's been kind of growing in the business as well, right?
Oh yeah, Kyle is mainstreaming. We are building these monstrous skids now. I mean, drone world is on fire, and we get in there because we had built some equipment that nobody can duplicate. I mean, everybody can do a pressure washer. Everybody can do a soft wash skid, but they can't make 9 gallons a minute of pure RO DI water. We can, and without running it through just DI, we're running it through RO tanks. So only have 10% wastewater on our RO DIs now. So that's nothing compared to a gallon of good water, a gallon of bad water, right? You have a system like that. You just watch it run on the ground all day long. You're like, what's going on here? Well, Kyle and Steve happen to capture how to fix this. And then we got into these bigger pumps and these bigger systems, so we were able to create so much water, and that's been what the drone people want, because a regular DI tank, because we've retrofitted a couple other builds out there by other companies, then put our systems in there, saving them $3,700 a month in resin alone.
Wow.
So that's a lot of money over a year's time.
Yeah, that is a lot. Wow. Yeah, drones have really been taken off in the last couple of years. I mean, they've been around for a bit, but I don't think I think they're finally perfecting them and getting them to kind of understanding what's the best use for them, and kind of, like you said, correcting some of the errors and the issues that were popping up with them. So I've seen a couple demonstrations at the IWCA convention or the Elevate convention, and they're looking pretty sharp now.
They are. There's even drones that are computerized. A Hot Tech is coming to FarmFest, and their drone is computer ran. You still have to have that pilot. You can't get away from that, but it goes up to a window and actually cleans it in a computer pattern. It's not just blasting and then go to the next one. It actually does a hell of a job on Windows. I was impressed. I've seen a lot of different drones out there, but this one was really pretty cool. Yeah,
very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm definitely looking more into that. It's not. I don't know that I'm ready to move into it right now, but I'm moving in that direction 100%. Because especially as we get calls that we turn away because the buildings are too high, and we don't do RDS. That might be a valuable option. So I might be calling you up in a bit there, Doug.
Right.
In a few months.
Be happy to help you out. I know all the right people to talk to in the drone world. That's for sure. Seems like that's all they've been doing here for the last couple of months.
Now, I just want to say hi to some people who are listening from the beginning. So we have Adam Hogan. He says, "Afternoon, Doug Apt." He says, "You're the man." He wants to say hi. Tyler Blue, Craig Hensel, Kodreen Yorga. He's one of our regular listeners. John Camarero, he's in. Jake Van Orden is in. Squeegee chick, Jessica Battle, she's in as well. Right.
I know she is.
So, yeah. Now, Craig Hensel asks, the 9 gallons per minute, is that with a pump or no pump?
2 pumps. One on each system. Okay, so what we do, our system is built on 4.5 gallons a minute, and all we do is we stack them and blend them together.
Okay. Got it.
But they're still only 44 inches long. 9 inches thick, okay, and 33 inches tall. That's how small they are. They're not humongous systems. They're not going to take up the whole bed of your truck. You can hang them on a headache rack. It's just they just can really produce the water like no other. And our new technology on our ROs is second to none.
Wow, very cool.
Built in auto.
Yeah, and if you have questions, you can absolutely feel free to contact Doug. Shoot him a message on Facebook Messenger, or get in contact with him. He'll answer any of your questions. He's really good about that. I know some people are hard to get a hold of, but Doug is very responsive. So appreciate you always being there for me, and I know you're there for a lot of people. I did want to take some time to talk about Farm Fest.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
yeah, this is an event that you guys have. It's annually?
It is the 5th year running.
5th year running. Okay, I'm going to play a little video. I just put this is not from them. So if the quality is bad, it's on me. It's just a little montage just to give you guys an idea of what Farm Fest is about here.
All right, Dave. That was nice.
Nice, good. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Farm Fest. What was its origin? What's the goal? And how can people have fun and partake in it?
Steve and I were talking, and I don't know if you remember back in the day, they used to have the window cleaners picnic.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, not a lot of people do, but they used to have it. Gary Maurer had a lot to do with it. And Steve goes, well, why don't you do a convention? And I'm like, well, where am I going to have it, first of all? And then Everett and I have been good friends since, our first convention together, right? So I was talking to him. He goes, man, I got this 60-acre farm out here with this pole barn, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's just beautiful out there. We've been blessed with solid weather, great weather, nothing bad. And so it began. I started talking to vendors that I've dealt with that are, personal friends of mine. Like, you got F9, you got Deco, you got Disruptor, just throwing a few names out there. Hotsy, just a lot of guys I deal with on a daily basis. And of course, you got, Deck Restoration Plus with Everett. And so we started. He did one, and he goes, it didn't go too good. I said, well, let me help you out. So we've grown over the years. I think we're up to about 150 to no telling how many are going to come this year, because every year it's gone up 30, 40 more people. So,
wow.
You get people out there. I got speakers like Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, right? Mm-hmm. You got Mark Tuliani, tell everybody from Deco, right? Bojo Zetti from the PWNA will be speaking. Jason Ayers for F9 Bark will be there, or F9. Butch Chapman.
Oh, nice.
Sheila Butch is a good guy. Jack, I don't know if you know Jack Kramer or not. Jack
I don't think I'm in.
Kyle Kramer, the OGs in the industry. Must have 40-some years under his belt easily.
Nice.
Just the greatest guys. And it's turned into just a big networking event where people can come and we'll have speakers, and it's not an info commercial. These guys don't try to sell a damn thing. They just talk to you. You ask them questions. They answer your questions. They sit down. We sit around and chat. We're all together. There's no separation. There's no click over here. There's no click over there. We're all under the same roof, and everybody's communicating. And it's just one after another. We'll go out and do a demo. We'll come back in. We'll have another speaker. Everybody gets to cool off, have a cold beverage. Then we have lunch. We pull out a whole hog. It's been barbecued this year. It's hog and chickens.
My apologies to any vegans listening.
we have vegan fixins. Don't think we don't. We do. We have all that kind of stuff too. It's for everybody. But the food's free. The beverages are free. All the vendors, sponsor this. So as we've gotten bigger, we've added a few more, right? Adaray's been there from day one, right? So they've been a big sponsor. And this
Yeah.
year we brought in a Hot Tech drones. He's going to do a demo out there.
Oh,
And
nice.
the largest Christmas light manufacturer in the United States, Orman, is going to be there, and they're going to do a little thing, but they're
Very
there to
cool.
help talk just the people.
Yeah.
Like Jason Ayers doesn't even talk really about F9 unless somebody asks him a pointed question. He wants to talk to them about their business and how he can help them in their business and what they really need to be doing and things like that. It's just so damn friendly. It's just, I'm in awe every time I go to it. This is why I do it, man. I get a kick out of it. You get people smiling and laughing, and then we break bread together. It is for a convention, it's heaven on earth to me.
Very cool. Well, I know your way around the meats. I've seen your Facebook posts, so
Yeah,
I know that food is top notch. Oh man,
no, it's all good. It's all good, and no, it's been ongoing and just great participation from all the vendors and AC will get out there. AC Locker will get out there and give his inspirational speeches, and that's what these are. These aren't anything to do, believe it or not. You have to go look for products. They're there, right? But nobody is like, this is the best product in the world for cleaning this. No, there's nobody doing that.
Yeah.
They're all giving back to everybody that's there. Then you got G's there. Like Butch Chapman sits down, talks with anybody about anything.
Yeah.
And that man knows everything.
Yes,
right?
He does.
We have a lot of women come to those, believe it or not. Sheila's going to be there, and she'll sit there and chat with everybody. So, it's exciting to get all these people under one roof, and they're all communicating and getting something out of convention. That's what's key. That's what I think people have trouble doing, is pulling something out of convention that they can use.
Yeah. Yeah. And so where is this again? Where's the town?
It's in Chemung, New Jersey. It's the
Chemung, New Jersey.
Yep. Upper side. Not too far from the coast. It's like an hour from the coast, but it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but it's surrounded by corn this year. So we're calling it.
Oh, nice.
We're all going to take jerseys and walk out of the corn, call it the Field of Dreams thing. That's how much fun it is. It's just everybody comes there to really have fun,
so
and learn something. So
the 24th?
24th of July. It's
July.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's only a couple weeks away, not even 2 weeks away.
Excellent.
I fly out Sunday to help start getting it set up, because it takes a while to set up the porta potties and all the chairs and tables, and we're not cooking the food. We had the hog done, so we don't do that. But we do make all the fixings are homemade. So
nice.
That's from Everett's wife Candy and my wife Jan. My wife goes and helps every year. So
very cool.
Yeah. It's a good time, and if you can't make time to come to it, I'm going to ask you this question: do you own your business, or does your business own you? Can't miss this one. I'm telling you, I don't know how much value you'll get out of it, but I guarantee you'll get so much out of it. We'll see you every year afterwards. That's kind of how it's been growing.
It's pretty much with a lot of stuff that we do. We have opportunity to be around quality people. And if you can be around quality people, it really helps you to just the interchange of encouragement, the interchange of information and experience. I mean, and like you say, you mentioned some of the people that you mentioned, like Butch Chapman, he's been on the board. He's on the board this year, and he just has so much experience in the industry. And he'll talk, man, he will have a conversation with you about anything you want to talk about. He loves that. He loves getting to know people. He loves being able to see the person thinking and taking in what he says. And he's just such a kind person like that. He wants to impart something to you to help your business, or to help you just even feel good about where you're at, so that's really cool.
Well, it's good to see a couple guys in that have been in 3 or 4 years that can talk to the guys that are new. And that's the important. It's not the guys that have been in for 30 years. It's the guy that's been in for a couple of years and made these mistakes. And he can talk to the new guy about, no, you really don't want an electric pressure washer starting off. You really ought to spend the extra money, right? Just little things like that
Yeah.
it just kills me. It's
Yeah.
awesome to see. And I'm so blessed to be a part of it.
Nice.
My co-host Everett does a lot. So
Yeah. Yeah. So who are some of the people that you kind of have looked up to over the years? You coming up from being a window cleaner yourself, then to being kind of in the corporate office, and then now being on the vendor side. Who are some of the people that you've kind of grown to admire and that have helped you throughout the years?
God, some of them are no longer in the business. Oh gosh, Butch has always been there for me. Always been a good guy. We always get together at every convention, and always have good communications. Um, uh, Matt Pierce from Pierce Properties up in Massachusetts has always been one of those guys you just always look up to, and he's been really special. My biggest influencer, I'd have to say, is Steve Blythe. He kind of molded me into a different person when I came on. He taught me so much and entrusted so much in me that it's just, you can't replace it. You just love working for a guy like that. And I'm old school. So when you go to work with somebody, you kind of sell your soul to them, right? Like you used to when being that you're a business owner, you don't understand that right now, but you used to, right?
I do.
That guy gave me a job. I'm going to do the best job I can for him and sincerely mean it, right?
Yeah.
But some of those things have changed, but in the industry, John Becker from I don't know if you knew him.
I didn't know him, but I've heard I've heard good things from him.
And of course, Cody Powell, Sheila Smeltzer. When I first came in from Fish Window Clean, I showed up at my very first IWCA convention, and they greeted me like this. And I'm not kidding you. It was ugly. I thought I was going to have to put this on the way out of there, but Matt, Sheila, and Cody pulled me under their wings, and I've been a member of the IWCA ever since, right?
Yeah.
I've spoken at everyone since that, and it's been 20-some years except for one.
Wow.
I like the speaking thing because I don't.
Yeah.
I want to educate. That's all I do is educate. I don't sell the damn thing on stage. I just want to educate.
Yeah, you do a really good job. What was the class you taught? I think it might have been in Vegas. Was it the rooftop safety? Is that the class that you taught with Sheila?
Yeah, I know. I leave that up to Draper. You don't want to see me on a. I'm certified on a roof, but you're never going to see me on a roof. It ain't happening.
But I remember sitting in on one of your classes that you were teaching. I can't remember what it was though.
God, I've taught so many. I mean, it's whatever they don't have, and they go, "Hey, can you teach us?" I said, "Yeah, I got that. I can do that.
Yeah,
I've done that."
No, but you have a nice way with the audience. You have a good way of kind of keeping them involved, and it's not just like I'm up here, I'm a professor, you listen to what I have to say. It's like you have a lot of good interaction with the audience, and you keep them kind of going, which now that I'm in that role as being an instructor, I know that's challenging sometimes.
It is.
And so you have to not only keep it interesting, but it has to be practical. It has to have practical value. If you're teaching something and people don't get a chance to understand what you're telling them, how that it affects them or how it affects their business, they're going to zone out. So you have to make sure that you structure the class in a way that every couple minutes, every 4 or 5 minutes, there's something kind of not big, but just something they can latch onto and say, oh, okay, that's a good point. I want to hear more about what that point is. And you have that good quality about you. I'm always kind of looking at that in people who are instructors. Yeah.
No, it's I have met so many great people in this industry. I cannot, I love this industry, and it doesn't matter if it's pressure washing, soft washing, or window cleaning. It's just great to network with these people and chat with them. I do it daily, and I just can't. It seems like it's weird. I love my job. I can't get enough of it. So
Yeah.
I'm fortunate. Very fortunate.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to find a role that fits your strengths, right? I know some window cleaners who are excellent window cleaners. I mean, just top notch, just really know what they're doing. But you put them in front of a class, and they can't do it. It's
Right.
just not their. It's not what they enjoy doing. You know, they
Right.
kind of like to do what they do. Maybe they'll teach one person one on one. You know, they'll do that, but put them in front of a class, and it's difficult. So if you love that, if you love doing that, if you love teaching people and in kind of being the instructor, and then you have a job in which continually puts you in that position, that's awesome. You know, that's really a blessing to be able to use your strengths, what you enjoy doing, to make a living. 100%.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's and I can tell you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't the easiest because you're on stage. The time you walk up there to the time you get off stage,
Yeah.
you're under the microscope the whole time.
And that's the thing, you know, that's the balance that I know I'm still working to find, because especially when you're at the Elevate convention or you're at an industry event, the audience is varied, right? You're going to have some people who are just learning and are just eating everything that you said. And then you've got some who are very experienced window cleaners, and I don't want to bore them. Whoops. Sorry, we lost you there for a sec. We got you back though. But yeah, you know, you don't want to. You want it to still be entertaining, even to those experienced window cleaners. Yeah. You know, but at the same time, you also don't want it to be so complicated or so advanced that the new window cleaners, they're kind of lost. So yeah, I get to teach the Ed tips and tricks every year, and this last one ended up being a little challenging because the room we were going to have ended up we lost it, so I moved it outside, which wasn't ideal at first, but then it kind of I felt like it actually worked better outside because there was people who were kind of there. You could stay if you wanted, you could leave if you wanted, you didn't have to feel obligated to be in the class the whole time, and it had good questions, and we had people come up and we did demos, and I could just do different techniques or whatever, and then people would come up and try it, and then after it was done, then a few people stay behind and ask more questions, and that, to me, that's the best time. That's the best time, when you have the one-on-one afterwards, and now they have specific issues or questions or concerns or whatever that you can help them work out right there in real time, and that's really cool. Yeah,
it's different, and being able to spark them to ask questions is key. I've got some lead up stuff I do that sparks them to ask a question, because it just helps with the flow of everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. And I think you also have to have a heart of a teacher. You know, you have to want the other people to do well. I think sometimes you can go to an industry event and you feel kind of like what you know, there's people who are like, oh, there's there's my competitor, or there's someone who I don't want to give my secrets away, and that's it's understandable. I get it. But you come to the IWCA, you come to the Elevate convention, and it's filled with people who want you to learn. They want to help you. And I think that's why out of all the conventions that I've gone to, I've always enjoyed the IWCA ones the most, because there are giving people there. You know, I've had people who took me and bought me lunch and gave me information that helped my company. I mean, usually I'm the one buying the lunch and asking them for their help, but they're like, no, I want to buy you lunch, and I'm going to give you some advice that's going to help you. And that's just that's valuable.
I'll throw some history at you. We actually opened up our database, and that's what founded the IWCA. We opened up our database at Ray Racenstein, and we sent emails and letters out to every one of our customers asking them to come together for a convention.
Wow.
And that's how the IWCA got started.
Interesting. What year was that? Do you know?
Oh God, I don't. We're founding members, but I don't. My memory at this age for dates like that, I do know we brought Ed over in 1936. Brought their rubber and their equipment over. Jay Racenstein did. Yeah. And then in 1960, we brought Unger over and put them on the market in the United States with Jay Racenstein.
Right. Okay.
So we've been pillars helping establish window cleaning, but now we're so much more than that. It's nice to evolve. Window cleaning is a great thing, but there's so many people that are doing so many other things. Like
Yes.
I'll talk to soft washing people. I'll go to a soft washing convention, and I talk about nothing but window cleaning, how to add window cleaning to your already successful business. And they like, well, I said, you can clean a house twice a year. I can wash windows on a house 4 times a year. Let's do the dollar amount here, and we'll see what's it cost you to get a customer when you already have one, right?
Right.
And repeat business to me is king. Always has been.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because I mean, especially when you're slow and you're trying to find the work, you've got your customers' information, and you also have a good rapport with them. Hopefully, you have a good rapport with them. So now if you have more things to offer, then your job is to educate your customers on what you have to offer.
Exactly.
So adding the skills, and I've kind of been shy about diversifying what we do for years, especially when it was just me. I just wanted to do window cleaning. I didn't want to do anything else. And it was fine. When I just had to get work for myself, I had plenty of work, didn't need to. But as we start hiring and you're wanting to keep your guys busy, and so that's when we started adding the other services that we do now. And now when we get slow, like right now, we have a lot of monsoon rains in our area. We're shooting out emails to our customers. We're not putting a lot of. We are still doing our regular advertising, but we're doing to our customers saying, "Hey, did you know we do pressure washing, we do soft washing, we do gutter cleaning, we do solar panel cleaning. We do all of these things." And then that's where we're getting our work from. Because people are not washing their windows right now, or at least few people are than normal. So diversifying, talking to the right people to learn how to do it right, and then making sure your customers are educated on the fact that you do those things. That's also important. Yeah, 100%.
I agree. Being well-rounded helps a ton.
Yeah, for sure. So what's the future looking like for J Racing? See, what you guys talked about drones. So now drones is starting to become a pretty big seller for you guys, huh?
We're building a lot of pressure washing, soft washing skids, drone skids, pure water machines like crazy. We're booked out for. Somebody called and wanted a skid, and I said, "Well, it's 4 to 5 weeks out." And they're like, "What?" And I said, "I don't know what to tell you." And I think that's pretty damn quick turnaround, 4 to 5 weeks. But you're talking somewhere in the neighborhood with the trailer about $50,000, right?
Yeah, easy.
These things are getting like crazy pricey. We don't weld. Yeah. None of us welded. Our skids are all put together from bolts and stainless, so they're 100% not going to crack. And we decided that. Kyle decided that a long time ago when he started designing the skids. But then we have portable soft washing machines that go in the back of your truck. We make all kinds of different equipment, and that's helped us diversify, right? Window cleaning's a great thing to be in, but there's people in so much more out there that, you see everybody now dabbling a little bit of everything. So
yes,
we got lucky and we're able to turn that corner really quickly and capitalize on it and be
nice,
be good. Yeah. Plan on being around for a couple more years. I don't.
Yeah, I think just for a few more years, you might be hanging around there.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Well, Doug, as long as you're involved with J Racing, you guys got a good future ahead of you. I really appreciate everything that you've done, not only just for me personally, but for the industry. You guys have been a wonderful supporter of the IWCA. And, we want to make sure you guys know that, because, every year you guys have your booth, and you guys always have a great booth. It's just a lot of work goes into it. I've some of the stuff that I've used now all the time, like, for instance, the oil flow. I think I picked up from you guys, right. The Titan oil flow. And that was such a game changer for me doing construction cleanups. I used to hate. I still don't care for them very much,
right?
But now I go in with so much more confidence with that product, because I was always afraid of dulling the paint, and I was afraid of making scratches on the frames when we're trying to get, because we have a lot of stucco out here, we have a lot of concrete, and it gets on those metal frames, and you take it off, and it scratches or fading, and then they get all upset at you. So with the Titan oil flow, man, it comes right off. Any adhesive, and they have the concrete off too. That just, man, it makes our life so much easier. So much easier. Yeah.
I had none of that when I was doing it. We had none of it. It was razors, man, and just get it. But back then you couldn't scratch glass.
That's it.
I don't care what the hell was on. You couldn't scratch it. But nowadays you look at it and it's like, oh my God, what happened?
Yes. 100%. No, you have to be so much more careful now. It's just, it's a whole thing. So that's why it's nice to have that chemical, part of it, that the majority of it you can get off without having to pull your razor off. And then you just pull it out for the stuff you absolutely need to, So,
Dave, I want to thank you for everything you're doing for the industry. Your podcasts are going out and helping people. It's really nice. Yeah. I get in there and view them every once in a while. So I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, I thank you so much for that kindness. I have the same attitude as you. I get so much joy out of helping people. I do want to support myself and my family doing what I love. I'm still trying to build the brand, the Squeegee brand, but we're making progress. And as long as I get to network with people like yourself who are out there helping others, I know that I'll be in good hands and have good people I can talk to when I need it. So thank you. Oh, one other thing, Doug. One other thing I just want to make sure everyone knows. So you have also been a wonderful contact for the other group that we're in, the Into the Flow group. And anytime that we've had a fundraiser, anytime that we've had to raise money for someone or something, you guys have always been the first to throw a really big product out and say, hey, auction this, make some money, and donate it to the cause. And we just really appreciate that, because you guys have never balked at it. You've never, like, oh, again, you guys have just been really generous with that. And we appreciate that so much.
We do like to spread the love. We do like to spread. Hey, I hope to see everybody at Farm Fest, July 24th, 9 to 5 in Chemung, New Jersey. If you need any information on it, by God, please contact me. I'd love to see you there.
Yeah. I can't make it this time. I will absolutely make it next time, though, because this is the second. I wanted to go last year. I couldn't make it. Wanted to go this year. Couldn't make it. I will be there next year, Doug. I promise.
Fantastic, Gabe. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who checked in. We had a few people come in here at the end. So Grace Victoria Nugent popped in. Nick Anderson popped in. We had a few others. I can't see all the names, but we're out of time now. So thank you guys all for listening. Appreciate all the comments and questions. And thank you, Doug, for taking your time. Please give our love to everyone there at J. Racenstein, and we'll see you guys at the convention.
I will. Thanks, Gabe. Love you guys.
Right. Take care.
Thank you.